right? Our mindset is that things are not supposed to be done properly, and that guides everything that we do, right? We have had Arab Spring. Why did Arab Spring happen? Only one thing made it happen. The mindset changed. That actually things do not have to continue this way. We do not have to be led in this manner. Things have gone on for too long. We can change things, and that was all that happened. And what we are currently called the Arab Spring. We have people who are just so autocratic and authoritarian in positions of power. The likes of Mugabe. All that is wrong with Mugabe is his mindset. He just would not think in the way that somebody from the first world would think, other than what he knows, what he has known, and what he continues to know. And the difference again between Professor Iwu and Professor Jega is the mindset. Professor Jega has the mindset, if you like, of somebody of first world orientation. Professor Iwu, who still have made money, and I keep saying, people in power, I'm a realist, I'm a pragmatist. If you are in positions of authority anywhere in the world, you will do well out of it, and you can do well without stealing. And there are very many ways of doing well without stealing. So the first one is our mindset. The second reason why we are like this is that in our society, success is defined only in material terms, by material wealth. To the point that even when it is obvious that that very wealthy man amongst us has stolen, so publicly stolen, we still regard and revere him as somebody highly successful, to the point that the PhD holder, professor, vice chancellor, who is, by our definition of success, is a poor man, is actually looked at with disdain. So success for us is only defined in material terms. And we engage in what Awolowo then described as primitive acquisition of wealth. You know what that is? When you steal to the point that you don't even know that I have stolen enough, I cannot continue to steal like this. You steal from others, and then you begin to steal from yourself. And that is what those banking executives were doing. Having stolen, because most of them started the banks, and having stolen from the shareholders, they started to steal from themselves, because they simply did not know when to stop or how to stop stealing. And we do this because it is the only way by which we remain relevant in our society. The third reason we are like this is because in our society, too many offenses go unpunished. And this is the only place where people have been known to get away with murder, literally speaking. Literally speaking, people in positions of authority, they get away with murder. People do things with impunity. They know that nothing will happen. James Ibori, 165 or 178 counts against him in Nigeria. He was free of all charges. There was only one charge against him in the UK, money laundering. And in spite of his plea bargaining, they sentenced him to 13 years. Mrs. Ibu, 196 billion naira, voluntarily returned, confessed as stolen, in plea bargaining, only got 6 months, which she spent at, what's the name of the hospital? Reddington Hospital. She spent every 6 months at Reddington Hospital. 50 million pounds, plea bargaining, Ibori, 13 years. He would have gone to 26 years if he had not done plea bargaining. Now, nobody would loot their money through London anymore for that reason, because the point has been made that they will chase you to anywhere under the sun. He actually brought that money to benefit their economy. He bought many houses with that money. That money was within their system, yet the fact that the money came in illegally was bad enough. The final reason, in my opinion, why we are like this, and recently, some members of the British Parliament got sent to prison for manipulating expenses, right? And the one who manipulated the worst amongst those that were sent to prison was convicted of wrongly claiming £33,000 over a 30-year career as a member of Parliament. That was an average of £1,000 a year. That was all he stole. Now, they could have given him the option of plea bargaining, but they said, no, you are a lawmaker. So no plea bargaining for you. He was sentenced symbolically 2 years, but 1 day sentence to prison makes you a prisoner and makes you a convict and makes you officially a criminal. You cannot be a company director anymore and a personal non-grata. So for not stealing, right, but for manipulating his expenses. And what sort of manipulation were they doing? Those who were members of Parliament from outside of London, because they were all based in London, were entitled to rent houses in London. So some of them owned those houses, or members of their families owned those houses. So they were staying there, but then they were collecting money as though they were renting houses from people. And that was the first offense, right? Now, in a society like that, a statement has been made. You are not likely to go near it anymore. Punishment is very severe. So these are our problems, and these are some of the prominent issues that we find on issues of trust and betrayal of trust in Nigeria. The final point that I want to make is on way forward. What are the way forward? The topic is Islam, leadership, and trust. So we've spoken about leadership, and we've spoken about trust or betrayal of trust. So Islam has solution for all this for us. And no talk could be given, no lecture could be given on issues of trust, except that the reference is made to that ayat, that very popular ayat, Inna aradina al-amanata ala samawati wal-ardi wal-jibal wa abayna baynahum wa ashfaqna minha wa amala al-insan innahu kana zaluman jahula. But that is not even where I'm going. The next ayat is where I'm going. لِيُعَذِّبَ اللَّهُ لِلْمُنَافِقِينَ وَلِلْمُنَافِقَاتِ وَلِلْمُشْرِكِينَ وَلِلْمُشْرِكَاتِ وَيَتُوبَ اللَّهُ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. Meaning that these positions that you occupy, leadership position, we offered it to the heaven, and the heaven said no, it is beyond us, out of fear. Then we offered it to the earth, and the earth says no, it is beyond me, out of fear. It was not offered to mankind. Mankind offered himself and said that no, bring it, I can do it. Allah says he offered himself because innahu kana zaluman jahula, because he is ignorant of the responsibility that he is about to take. He is ignorant. But the next line says that this position that you occupy, know that that it is going to be a source of punishment for you if you betray it, but it is also going to be a source of mercy for you if you do it well. So before anyone will go into positions of leadership, they should make reference to this ayat, that it can be the source of Allah's mercy upon you, and it can be the source of the wrath of Allah upon you. It is enough for any who is truly and genuinely God-fearing to think twice before taking such positions. Number 2, our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says in his hadith says, Mawalla min amri li muslimin shay'a fawalla rajulan wa huwa yajidu man huwa aslahu lil muslimin faqad khalna Allah wa rasulahu wa lil muslimin. Meaning that whoever amongst you is in a position of authority and he now invites others to similar positions of authorities, knowing that they are not capable and knowing that there are others better capable than those that he has invited, he says that such have betrayed Allah, they have betrayed the Muslims, and they have betrayed the prophets. I.e., inviting people to position of authority when very clearly they are not capable of holding such positions, especially where there are others better able to hold such positions, Islamically speaking, is a betrayal of Allah. Again, anyone who is aware of this and who has genuine fear of Allah will not rush and offer himself positions that they are not capable of. Number 3, Allah says in Surah Al-Mujadila, He says, Alam taro anna Allah ya'lamu ma fi samawati wal ard ma yakunu min najwa thalathatin illa huwa rabi'uhum wala khamsatin illa huwa sadisuhum wala adna min dhalika wala akthar illa huwa ma'ahum ayna ma kana thumma yunabbi'uhum bima 'amilu yawm al-qiyamah inna Allah bikulli shay'in alim. Meaning that, whenever the kind of betrayal of trust will be done, say stealing, it is not something that is done publicly or with people knowing. People at least try to make efforts to hide it. Right? Allah says that know that in whatever position you occupy, whenever there will be one of you, only you, Allah is the second. And if there are 2 of you, Allah is the third. And if there are 3 of you, Allah is the fourth. He goes on to say that however many number you may be, Allah is one person or one being more than your number. And that whatever you come out of that meeting with, know that Allah has knowledge of it, and you shall be made to account for this on the day of Qiyamah. Again, this will make the believer to think twice before going into such infractions. Now, why do we do this? Why do we steal almost to the point that tomorrow will not come? Because we want to secure the future of our children, because we want to secure our own future, because we want to be seen as successful. Let me remind myself and remind you that Allah has defined for us what success is in Islam. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ, until Allah says وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ, meaning that in addition to these earlier attributes, those who are successful are those who keep the trust that has been entrusted to them. This is the definition of success in Islam. So betrayal of trust, however rich it may make anyone to be, it is not a definition of success in Islam. And when we put our trust in Allah, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ وَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ بَالِغُ أَمْرِهِ قَدْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدْرًا. Meaning that whoever has put his trust in Allah, Allah will suffice for him. And we find examples, there may not be many. We were in company of Brother